Well, what's up, my loves? It's your girl Diamond. I'm back with all new episode of the Real Housewives of Potomac, season 6, episode 8. Talk to the Braids. Now, since you guys realize this is Sunday, there was no new episode of Family and Fiance and Love and Marriage Huntsville due to it being the weekend of Labor Day. So the following Saturday, you guys will get those episodes. But let's talk about love. Let's talk about this episode of Real Housewives of Potomac. In the midst of it bringing up to this episode, there have been a lot of behind the scenes information. So Wendy did an interview with the Jasmine brand, and she released and informed the fact that Robin told her about the rumor before they started filming. So it's so funny how Wendy was privy to this information and probably didn't feel like it was going to be announced on the show. But this is a reality show, and usually stuff like this gonna find a way to come at it eventually. But it is funny how Robin completely just scurried up and scared to not admit the fact she told her beforehand. So why was you scared? For what? But it definitely raises a flag for Robin having a problem with production, dubbing her voice and overseeing that she was having the conversation with Giselle when she really wasn't. Either way, y'all both had done it before. So this shouldn't be anything new. But we're going to find out more about this episode. But it was a lot that happened throughout this week towards this episode. But let's spend no time. Let's get into it. So we pick up where we left off. The aftermath of Wendy throwing all types of grenades, bombs, firing squad all over Wendy and of Robert and Giselle. And they could not take it. It's awkward silence. Apparently everybody else has been drinking and it's a little bit weird. So let's get some food in our system and go to bed. So they order some food. Robin is sitting on the sofa talking to herself. She is delirious and Jimmy drunk. And she's like, I don't care if everybody talks about my relationship. I'm going to be sensitive because I don't care. I'm like, Robin, you do care. You do care, okay? And Wendy, she don't want to break bread with this bitch. She don't want to. So can we hurry up and just sit regular food style, our plates in front of us. We sit, have a quick bite so we go ahead and get home because I'm done. So they leave. They take food from the box and they go home. Robin is still confused about what was being said about Wendy's husband because we don't know what was being said. It does not matter what was being said. What was being said was you guys are thinking that her behavior is based off of what's going on the blogs, which you know is not true. And she is definitely in shock as to why she want to come at me, why she want to cuss out at me. And it's like, listen, everybody has triggers. I believe Eddie is a trigger for her. They did not want to hear Candace defend her. They wanted to say, stop. If you're part of this group, they're going to have to, come at it differently. That was not necessary. Listen, you don't tell nobody else what's necessary for them to react when they hear news like that, okay? Just because you are immune to being publicly humiliated over and over again, you and Robin, I don't know, y'all developed some type of weird immunity to people coming at you left and right. I don't know what it was. So it's basically like, she said you're going to crumble every time somebody says something about you, then you shouldn't be a part of this group. So obviously after that, Wendy is at the other house and they're getting in pajamas and she just breaks down, gives this ugly cry that was not flattering to the scene. They zoomed in on her face and everything, but in the midst of that, she is just really disappointed in Robin and how you're going to talk about something so heinous. And she's supposed to be my friend, and this is not cool. And Askel, she is witnessing. She said, when us three are with Robin, she has not behaved like this. But how can you co-sign and defend your friend's behavior when she just did this to this friend? And in her confessional, Askel looks gorgeous in her confessional with the red and the ringlet curls. I love it. She said, I don't know what Robin has with undying loyalty to Giselle, but she co-signs and defends her behavior so much when we know how disgusting and wrong it is. But that's just a good friend. No, it's not. That's not a good friend. That's a minion. Robin is a minion, a mindless drone that whenever somebody pulls her string, she goes along with it, which is not cool. So obviously we're... Yeah, here we go. Yep, we'll keep going. In the same night. So Giselle wants to know what was going through Robin's mind when she pretty much even animated herself saying go fuck herself. What was you doing now? I'm like, can y'all stop doing the motion? It's really, y'all looking a fool. Everybody's laughing, but why did you do it? And Robin's like, I don't care. If you tell me to do it, I'll do it. I don't care. She was drunk and willing to say anything at that point. So before bed, Wendy calls her husband and said, hey, just want to say hi. I got so much to fill you in on, but I love you so much. Good night. So the next morning, Robin is up and she's talking to Juan, telling him about their day. So what their day is gonna go, and how are the boys doing good? You getting them up early? And she said, I loathe waking my kids up in the morning. I don't like to do it. I'm like, suck it up. That's a mother. We don't like doing it, but we do it anyway. And she says Juan just has that scary voice that just strikes fear and said, we up, we up. Listen, don't say it's still short, Robin. Us mothers, we got that voice too. Our inner mother comes out when we need things done. And when kids are acting up, we get them in check. And when they need to get up, they need to get up. But your boys are at an age when they need to get up on their own. And if you're not feeling up to being that helpmate to help him, then yes, put the pressure on Juan to be there more often than just being there with a loud voice and saying get up like a warden like he don't do nothing. So the girls arrive at the house so Karen can get her makeup done because she's getting sworn into the being ambassador of Surrey County today. So everybody else is pretty much scattered. Giselle's in the pool doing her workout. Candace is in the bed. Robin's probably doing something with her hats. Oh, Wendy's coming by later because she was doing her TV segment. But as they get there, a scout tells Giselle, you guys need to have a conversation because you definitely started it last night. Mia wants to chime in and say, no, Ashley started it. I'm like, listen, Mia, no, Flipper. I'm going to call you Flipper. That's what I'm going to call you because you are such a flipper and nothing you say lands for some odd reason. So she wants to put it all on Ashley. No. Ashley might have been the one that brought it to the person who should have been directed to it from the beginning by Giselle, but she is not the main sole wrong party here. Giselle is, okay? And Giselle's like, I didn't even do nothing. I'm getting the blame for it. No, you're getting the blame for it because you've been the main one talking about this entire time. So you need to take responsibility for it. We get to Ashley. She's back at home with her babies, loving mom life. When she did leave, she felt a little bit of a separation anxiety, but she's back at home and she's loving it. And that's all we could do. I mean, that's all we can do with Ashley. She's going to be around her kids. She's probably not going to have that much free time when it comes to filming right now, especially when her kids are this small. So Michael comes home and he gives Ashley a gift. It's a ring that symbolizes their birthstones and birthdays. I'm like, I want a ring like that. That is so sweet. She didn't even realize that Michael would do this. I felt like maybe he didn't. Maybe he got information. Maybe he got permission from Juan to buy it for you. So that way you could be good graces with him just in case. You know what I'm saying? So, Ashley, don't be swooned by this one sweet gesture over the another non-sweet gesture that he's done over the years. And she said with his shady past. I'm like, okay. Moving on. So back at the house, Robin, she sees Giselle in the pool, still exercising. And then she talks to Askell as soon as the girls were talking about her. She said, obviously, after the whole firing squad, she calmed down. And she said, I think that when you were in the midst of the conversation, you came in defense of Giselle. And that's not cool. You need to let Giselle fight her battles. If she lose. Let her eat those wounds. You don't have to stick up. Sorry, I'm tired. And then Giselle wants to say, listen, I know I'm shady, I know I'm messy, but at times Robin calls me out all the time. Who, what, when, where, and why did Robin call you out? I think the only time she kind of called you out was when you ruined her opening house when she was trying to flip houses. I forgot what season that was. That was the last time you called her out. And then on the Breakfast Club, you guys have both said she's the ghost whisperer of shade, she's the ghost whisperer of starting shit, and you take on the reins and start it off. So I'm not believing that. Then Robin says she does not care about what Wendy said. Her relationship has been through the ringer for years, and now she's finally happy. And then she goes back to last season when Wendy was almost the only one jumping for joy, excited about this proposal. So she's like, was it the same person? It makes me change everything. I'm like, Robin, the fact that you wait until now to be happy with Juan, I don't know why you won't just see yourself with something better or be true to yourself of what you want. And Giselle wants to have a conversation because Wendy came in and she is giving both Robin and Giselle dust and her ass to kiss. And Giselle wants to have a conversation when she's ready, but not you and not your Braids. I'm like, Giselle, stop being so damn... Stop. I don't know why. When did she even entertain nothing around you? And you want to have a conversation to save your face? No. Good night and goodbye. So then we find out that... Well, we also knew that Mia had cesarean, but we also did not know the depth of the cesarean stories. Her first one was not planned. It was very traumatic. Her son was upside down, and the umbilical cord was wrapped around him 3 times. I'm like, that is so scary. In the midst of that, Her husband G, he felt this was too much for him. He leaves the hospital, goes to the club across the street to clear his mind, and when he comes back, he brought his PlayStation. I'm like, did you have your PlayStation with you, or did you make a detour to the house to come back to the hospital? I don't understand that. And Robin can relate because Juan missed one of his son's first birth, and this is the part where the relationship was fucked up at this point. So all the cheating and the lies that she tried, that she obviously accepted and forgave it, did not amount to nothing. But she said they have a third child. This could be his redeemable time to be present. No. A baby is not going to keep a man. No matter how many times he say he wants one, it's not going to change anything. To me, it's not. And the whole thing about the baby being the cesarean wrapped around, I don't have that type of story. But when I had my daughter, the contractions and her coming out was going so close together, she wasn't getting enough oxygen in her brain for me to get through the contractions. So I had to give me a tube and place it on top of her head so she get some oxygen. I was very scared at that point. But she came out healthy. I had a very natural birth, 2 pumps, and I was out. She was out. But I get sad about those birth stories. Sorry, y'all. Technical difficulties. Where was I? I was talking about my delivery story, and I got cut off. So we're getting to Candace. Run back. So she wants them to come up with a routine so they could be extras in her video. And this is just pretty much an ode to her relationship to Chris. She shades everybody in the confessionals. Everybody down to their men, what they did to keep going back to them. Like, damn, Candace, you do not hold your tongue. So all the women performed. Robin and Giselle and Mia, they did terrible. Except for Mia, she did a little twerking, but Robin wanted to say she had a little bit of video vixen in her because she was in a video back in the day of P. Diddy. I literally looked it up and watched it. You just sat in the pool and smiled. You didn't dance. You didn't do nothing. I didn't see you the rest of the video, so you was just there. Okay, Candace. Okay, Robin. So after all of that, Wendy and Escale did pretty much a Naomi Campbell, just walking around, just being graceful. Karen did an interpretive dance. At the end of the day, Candace picked Karen as the winner, but everybody was going to be included in the video. So not obviously, why am I blanking? So Askel, Giselle, Robin, and Candace went to tennis. Giselle talked all that shit about y'all better put y'all game on, put y'all game face on, because I'm finna eat y'all asses up. I feel like she ain't gonna do it. But she did it. She won, and they had a bet. They didn't abide by it. So after that, we see Karen getting sworn in as Surrey County's ambassador. She got the key to the county. And Ray is there with flowers to be supportive. And then when she gives her speech, it's all good. And Ray was, did you announce everything? Oh, she also is announcing that she's also having a candle and aromatherapy home essential line. Now, it made it seem as if, oh, wow, you copied my idea? Because Wendy sent a confessional. Karen did not tell me that she was doing this. So I'm a bit confused. So producers asked Karen, was this confessional look with the blush ruche shirt? I loved it. Gorgeous. And the wavy messed up cut bob, loved it. She said, why didn't you tell Wendy about the candle line too? She said, at that point, it wasn't about me. It was about Wendy. And I wanted to give her the space to give her advice and wanted to be there for her. But Karen also put in her Instagram earlier today, I think connecting to this scene, that there's room for everybody at the table. If you have an idea, I will listen and support it. There is no wrong way. There is no right way. There isn't one idea for everybody, and everybody should just not have the same idea. And everybody pretty much does the same thing in different ways. She said that me and Wendy have differences in our candles. She has a wick, 1 wick. I have a 3 wick, which means that her candle is going to surround an area larger than what a small room that Wendy does. I have no idea, but it's different. It probably will raise a question as is, why did she not tell me? But it is what it is, because Karen said that her Ladam line is a growing beauty line. So everything is going to have something in it. So it's not really like she's just taking somebody's ideas and making it hers. No. And everybody pretty much does the same thing anyway. So Candace wants them to have a final dinner and let it be about peace. The Green Eye Bandits not to come at anybody. And like, what you mean? Listen, you got beef with Karen. You have association beef with Wendy, because I think that the beef you have with Wendy is not even beef, okay? And you are in your feelings based on what she said. But Candace feel like, let's not do this tonight. Let's be cordial. And did you not realize the nasty things she said about me? I'm like, listen, Robin, the fact that you kept saying you don't care, you keep giving energy that you care about what somebody said about your relationship because you're trying so hard to pretend like it's real, but it's not. And so at the end of the day, they get to the dinner, and it's supposed to be like dressy look. Everybody pretty much dressed right for the occasion, except for Robin and Giselle. Giselle came in her casual best because she did not have a dress that was casual. Unless she couldn't afford one, if one wasn't right, because it would have been tacky. So she came in her crop top and jeans and heels. Simple, simple. Robin had this leopard long sweater dress. I thought it was a top. It didn't flatter her, especially with them struggle braids. It didn't flatter her. Before we get to dinner, Mia is letting them know while they're arriving to the house to get changed. Mia wants to tell Wendy and Karen that after you left, it got worse. Giselle was like, well, if you're going to be a weak bitch, then you wouldn't be here. She did not say that, Flipper. Because it flashes back to when she said you're going to crumble every time, you shouldn't be here. So I'm like, Mia, you trying to start something? Flipper, what are you doing, Flipper? Are you trying to start something again? Are you trying to stir up something? Because she said, well, it wasn't like she didn't tell me I couldn't say anything. So I'm like, okay, Mia. Flipper, okay. So ladies arrive at dinner. Candace wants to do a toast about fun, forgiveness, and love, and all this and that. And Wendy was like, where have you been? These women have been dragging me all weekend. And you want to talk about love and forgiveness? Y'all hoes ain't shit. How about a toast to women who are in lasting relationships with men who do not cheat on them? How about that? I don't know. Candace just wants to erase what happened because she felt like it's not about me. I was not included. So let's go in positive, please. So everybody's having dinner. Juan calls Robin. And she wants to create a moment. Hey, my non-existent partner. We have a nice relationship. Juan is not trying to listen to this conversation. That was definitely directed towards Wendy because she wanted to create a moment. She wanted to create a scene. And she got it. It was dumb. Say what you mean, Robin. You know what? I am a little bit perturbed by what you said. Say it later like that. But no, you wanted to keep being passive aggressive. I'm tired. I'm sorry. So she said, you going to ignore me too or just Giselle? No, I'm not going to ignore you. But in the conversation, if you feel like I offended you, I apologize. I don't know why you apologize to these bum birds. I don't know why. So Robin's confused about why would she, just say I apologize. And when she said, you made some personal digs at me. And you were so excited at my proposal, and then you want to do this? I felt like you were not my friend. And that's not cool. She said, okay. You're entitled to your opinions. Your opinions. I would never take away what you feel. I would never want to judge you. But the way that you guys went about me this past week, I feel like that was being fake. As girlfriends, we don't do that. We don't go about talking about other things that we know is not true and making somebody else feel small, making somebody else feel bad. We don't do that. And so now Robin is feeling hurt by what Wendy said. It is so funny how when you feel hurt, the world is supposed to come crashing down and bowing down to you because you feel hurt. How was you guys not being sick with that and said Wendy being hurt this time? But she's like, you're feeling hurt? How do you think all of us feel when Giselle comes at us about our families? But you defend her, which is true. And then, after all of that, she's like, this is going about how you looked at me. And as my friends, you should have did differently. You should have been happy, especially for motherhood. You know how hard motherhood is. So you should have been happy for me and clapping that I finally did something for myself. Robin wants to say, I'm happy that you did for myself. I'm not saying that. I noticed the change and I noticed the behavior, but now I'm hoping that all good is in the hood. It's all good in the hood. That's it. And then she apologizes again about how say, I'm sorry that you felt some type of way. Why are you apologizing to her? Robin and Giselle have yet to apologize to you about how they made you feel. They wanted to make you feel small. And they wanted to make you crawl up to them to be like, is it me? Is it me? No, it's them. They're feeling insecure about their own skin and they want to tear down anybody else who feels confident in theirs. When it doesn't come from anywhere else. If it's coming from within, they don't know where it is. So Robin don't believe it. I don't care. Mia want to pop up and say, okay, let's get to the real issue. Your real issue is with me. It's with Miss Giselle. So that's cute for Wendy. All right, so you talk about the weak bitch comment. What's up with that? She said, who said that? I didn't say that. Who said that? Mia said, you did, but she didn't. It just said, if you're going to be a part of this group and you're going to be like this and like this, then you shouldn't be here. So everybody else was like, maybe that's the way that I interpreted it. Everybody was like, huh? Mia, what? No, Mia, no. I don't know what's going on in your head. I don't know. I don't know what's happening there, but you tried to create something that didn't land. It was a waste. I was going to be here for you, but I'm not, Flipper. Not, no, no, no. So everybody was like, no. So Candace clarified and say that's not what she said. She didn't call her bitch. She didn't call her anything. She had said, if you're going to be like this, you shouldn't be in this group. That's it. But I feel like at some point, everybody's going to get their hazy moment when something in the blog is about to come out, or somebody said this, somebody said that. That usually happens on these shows. So then, of course, she said, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. What comes out of her mouth doesn't matter to me. I am married to my man. I have his name, and having his name is vindicated enough for me. So good night and farewell. Let's leave. Good night and goodbye. And that was the end of the episode. They ended it with the trailer, the mid-scene that was coming up with this episode. It's gonna be some more mess. All that and then some. So Candace feel like she is innocent in this situation now. Let's wait till the rest of the season comes out. It's gonna be a different tune. But that's it, y'all. That's all I have for tonight. You guys enjoy the rest of the day? No, not rest of the day. It is like 11 o'clock. No, it's midnight here. I'm special. Huh. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna see you guys later. Bye.